Started
What
an
else?
article.
Now you're live. You can talk.
Okay, so we're good.
Yes.
Yes, we
All
are.
right. Good evening, everyone. 2 days ago, we started an article on effective leadership and how it applies to a happy workplace for our employees. First, I will introduce myself. My name is Lillian, and that's Dami, and Bumi, and Toby. So, in the article by President Amy Carson, we examined how a leader should act, as well as the connection he must form with his employees. It is very important that a leader should be stimulating. That is, he's supposed to have a high knowledge about the business that he's in charge of. I'm sure everyone here will agree that a leader who doesn't know the in and out of the business should not be in charge in the first place. An employee should be challenged intellectually after having a discussion with his employer or leader. So I'm going to use us as an example. We have our part-time jobs as students, and personally, for me, my manager is someone I look up to. She has excellent customer skills, and every time I interact with her, there's just something new that I know. At this point, I would like to ask Toby if he has anything to add.
And yes, from the last hangout we did where we talked about personal experiences with brand, I'm going to talk about the same brand, Apple. We see the late Steve Jobs when he was still alive and working at Apple, how he was known for innovation, inventing the iPad, the iPhone, the iPod, and for every new product that used to come out, he used to do product presentations himself. So he was just synonymous with innovation in 21st century. And this passion he had obviously was passed down to every member of staff, because even the people at the Apple stores, like the Apple stores I talked about in the last post, each and every one of them is an expert on any product, on any Apple product. And it just goes with the theme of innovation and knowledge, because Steve Jobs, who is basically like the face of Apple, was always so knowledgeable, always coming up with new innovations. And then each and every person who works in the Apple store knows so much about the product. So it just shows how he's leading by example, because he is that passionate, knowledgeable, and because he stands for innovation. Everybody who works in the company Apple wants to be that way. He's a charismatic leader. He was an expert on the topic of any Apple product, and that's how all his workers do. It just shows that this type of behavior permeates from the top all the way down. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Toby. Another important fact I would like to. So I also like to add that for it's important for a leader to know how to handle crisis and make decisions, no matter how unfavorable it is. And in addition to that, two-way communication between the leader and the employees is very important. At this time, I'll be throwing out questions to the rest of the team to answer. So, Toby, do you think it's important for a leader to be transparent and honest while dealing with his employees?
Oh, definitely. It's very, very important, because in being transparent, he just has to lead by example. If you give out rules, you say don't do this, don't do that. The same thing. If you expect your workers to be punctual, you have to be punctual. Everything you do, spending of money, they have to see that everything you do is towards for the progress of the company, and you're leading by example. You're not saying one thing and doing the other. And about openness, when a leader carries his members of staff or employees along. When he informs them of progress, he lets them know about little things. He lets everybody in the company know exactly what's going on. It changes the mindset. They stop thinking like they're working to advance someone's goal, and they adopt the goal in their mind. In their mind, everybody's working together towards a common goal to attain a common goal, because everybody is equally informed about the success. Everybody knows they are playing a part, and everybody can see progress. You can walk up to any member of the company and he'll tell you what they're doing, goals and objectives, targets they have. It always just leads to a more efficient and enjoyable workplace.
Yeah, that was
Thank you.
quite insightful. Thank you. So this question is directed to Bumi. So do you think to a certain degree leaders should show empathy to their employees?
Thank you, Lillian. Yes. Um, Employees should show empathy to their employees because empathy goes a long way in improving employees' engagement. Showing empathy is not just about, knowing the names of your employees. It goes deeper than that. You need to, engage them. You need to smile to them. You need to be at least familiarize yourself with them, know what they're going through. That goes a long way in the way they do the job. It goes a long way in their productivity. Also, empathy is also about, it's also improves internal branding because from what we've been talking about, that happy employees, happy workplace. If your employees are not happy with their work environment, it will surely show in the way they do the job. It will surely show in in their productivity. It will surely show in the way they handle, and it will affect the customers one way or the other. I have a quick example. It's about a lady. I was talking to her of recent from work, and she was saying something about how we take customers first where where I work. And she was saying something like, the last time she came, there was this lady that attended to her, and she was frowning her face and all. And actually, that's really kind of touched me to an extent because if your if an employee is not making the working environment conducive for the employer, for if the employer is not making the environment conducive for the employee, obviously the employee is not going to be happy with the job, and is really, really, really going to affect the way that employee communicates with the customers. So employee needs to, show that love, show that care, at least show that concern that they really, really, really care about their employees. Employers need to do that a lot. It really goes a long way. Thank you.
Yes, that was a great comment. You mentioned that employers need to make the environment conducive for the employees, and that's actually very important. Thank you, Bumi. So this question is for Dami. So do you think the brand-centric fashion should be limited to just the employees, or do you think the leaders should carry on the brand-centric fashion?
Thank you very much, Lillian. I have to say that I think it is not limited to employees alone. I believe the employer should be 100% involved in the brand-centric fashion. Like the article that we posted on the Google Plus page says that there is nothing more damaging to an internal brand than if a leader fails to behave in a way that supports the internal brand. This is a classic case of leadership by example. For example, if a manager or a leader at an organization is not honest in his daily routine at the job, he would not expect the employees to be also honest at their daily jobs. So you have to show good character, good example, and set the good standard for your employees so that they can follow your footsteps and it will create a better environment for everybody. Secondly, you have to walk and do the talk, not just talk the talk. You have to make sure that everything you say aligns with what you do. You're not just saying it for fun, so that the employees can see that you're actually a good leader and a brand ambassador too, so that they can champion that attributes with you. When all this come together, so you create a better productive environment. And as it says, happy employees, happy workplace. Thank you, Lydia.
Thank you, Danny. That was a great comment you made. Um, so we have come to the end of an interesting topic on how effective leadership is important for the success of a workplace. So some key points to summarize. One, leaders should be transparent and honest. Two, they should show empathy to their employees. And lastly, leaders should act in a brand-centric fashion. Thank you for watching, and we hope you can join us next time. Have a good night.